anyways, welcome. I don't know why everyone starts their video with, but I guess it makes sense. So this is my first YouTube video. I didn't really plan what I was gonna do, and the reason for that is because I feel like there's two types of people. There's people who struggle to sort of be productive and push themselves. I struggle to rest, and I also struggle with over consuming how to do this and how to do that. I can't tell you the amount of content I've consumed on how to start a YouTube channel, how to become a content creator, how to do this, how to do that without actually starting. Also, don't mind this, that's apple juice, and I'm not changing, you know. This whole video is gonna be filled with a lot of imperfections. I mean, I'm filming this in the living room of my mom's. Obviously I have a ring light, which is good, but I don't have anything set up. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm standing in front of a radiator, which is kind of nice because it's making my tushy warm. And I recently just moved back into my mom's as well, so as everyone always says, it feels like a step back. And so yeah, I've just decided I'm gonna go for it. I mean, I was struggling with my hair for like the longest. I was like, I couldn't get the lace right, and you know, for the longest time as well, especially when I was younger as a teenager, I felt very insecure to be in front of a camera. And it's still a work in progress because, you know, it's hard to come online without a filter, it's hard to come online without makeup, you know, but I feel like these are things along the journey that I can strive towards. My dog is crying, it's so annoying. What is it? But he wouldn't come in though, he would refuse to come in, but he's just gonna cry. Annoying. Anywho, so that's him pushing open the door. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, just go away, you. So yeah, so welcome to my YouTube channel. So I guess the first thing that I should explain is a little bit about myself, and then what the channel is gonna be, what I hope to accomplish in like a year's time, 2 years time. I also am not like an editor. Like, I'm gonna put this in CapCut. I know, very basic. I don't even have Pro or nothing. We're starting small. I'm gonna put this in CapCut and just edit out, like, you know, whatever. But I'm not really an editor, and I feel like that's put me off for the longest. But anyways, I am P. I just want to go by P from now, kind of like, especially on the internet. I feel like, you know, of course, people will know my government, people will know me, people will find this channel, people will be like, oh my gosh, that's her from school, or whatever. But, you know, just kind of keeping it cute on the internet. I just want to be called P. P does everything. P the polyglot. Whenever I say though, like, I'm P, people are like, what that stand for? Like, just let me have something for myself. Like, damn, y'all ain't gotta know everything. But anyways, I'm P, and I'm starting this channel because I want financial freedom. Fine, I said it. I feel like in this attention economy, social media and content is crucial, but the hard part is I've been wanting to do this since I was literally 14, since I was in like year 7. I would watch gamer YouTube videos like PewDiePie especially, and their reaction channel, if you guys remember that, and things like that. And I always like remember thinking, oh, how cool would it be to just be doing that? Like, these kids are not in school, or maybe they was, and then at the end of it they get to be on YouTube, and I just thought that's so cool. Like, I want to do this, like, I want to be filmed. But I just never had the confidence to put myself out there. I mean, to be honest, in the whole of secondary school, I've had like social media since about 2016. Oh my gosh, 11 years. Oh, wait. No, almost 10 years. Oh my gosh. So, and I was always afraid to put my face out there. Like, I didn't even take pictures of myself. I only recently started taking pictures when I was like in sixth form. I started like feeling a little bit more confident, experimenting with my looks, you know, experimenting with makeup, and that's what gave me the confidence to finally start taking selfies. So there's no way I would have ever like posted a video of myself online. I was just overly self-conscious. I was too self-conscious. I remember there was a point I was so like body dysmorphia. I used to call myself ugly. I used to cry. I used to break down. I'm like, none of the guys like me. Like, I'm not desirable. I'm ugly. You know, like, I'm so clapped. I'm chopped. I couldn't even look in the mirror. I used to have like that bad body dysmorphia. I remember dance classes and like year 9 or whatever it was, and I just look in the mirror and it's like, damn, like sometimes Africans don't do you no favors, because looking back at it, like, why was my mom doing my hair like that? Like, girl, do you not want me to win? And then you just look back and you just think like, okay, that's the best she was doing that she knew at that time. But it's like, girl, like, why are you making me go to school looking chopped? Like, you know what I mean? Ugh, I did not peak in high school. But anyways, made me the amazing, bubbly person I am today. My interests, and I always have to sit down with myself and think what actually makes me happy. If I'm being brutally truthful, like, I would say I'm grateful, I'm content, but I'm not necessarily happy. Like, I'm a happy person. Like, I'm always laughing, I'm always smiling, I'm always that friend like that got jokes and stuff, but like deep down, I'm not really happy. I'm not happy with life. I'm not happy, like, you know, I don't live in poverty. Obviously, I'm really blessed to have a family home and to you know, obviously have food. When it comes to food and drink, like, I can't complain. Obviously, there's people starving and stuff, and like, obviously my safety, I'm not in war, I'm not being persecuted, but the cost of living is actually driving me insane. And the environment in the UK, like, some days I just feel so depressed. You know, I know everyone kind of has an impact of seasonal depression and stuff, but my mental health really takes a tank, because I just feel like I'm tired of being poor. Like, I know that's not something that I should say and like out loud and affirm, but it's just how I feel, because I feel like, you know, it's a struggle kind of being almost not paycheck to paycheck. I don't think there was ever a point I was necessarily paycheck to paycheck, but I just feel like by the time I've spent my money on bills, on food, on essentials, I don't have that much disposable income to do the things I truly enjoy, which leads me back into what I was gonna say. I tend to go on a lot of tangents, guys, bear with me. You know, I love traveling. I've always loved traveling. I've always traveled since I was a young girl. I was literally flying by myself, you know, going France, going Senegal, going Gambia. I love traveling. I love the freedom. And whenever I do something that makes me happy, I always try to think why, so that I can cultivate that without necessarily attaining the thing that I enjoy. So when it comes to traveling, I like the freedom. I like putting my brain to use when it comes to looking for the cheapest flights and the cheapest hotels or Airbnbs and price comparing, and like, how do I get from point A to point B? What's the capital city? What's the language? Am I going to have to learn like a few phrases? What do people do when they go there? Like, where are the top spots to hit? Where are the tourist spots? But also, where the locals are? And most importantly, what are the national dishes? I'm so passionate about food. I'm like such a foodie, which leads me to number 2. I'm a massive foodie. I'm a chef, private chef and caterer. So I've started a business. I first started a business with my mom doing French chicken cuisine, and I've now branched off to myself and started Penny's Pantry. But it's more of a personal brand. I feel like, well, I'm an entrepreneur, first of all. That is my job title. I'm an entrepreneur, baby. I'm an entrepreneur. Like, obviously, I do and have worked for people, and I call that my earned income. And I feel like it's crucial for just building stuff like capital to be able to invest into yourself and your own endeavors and your own businesses. You know, it's totally fine to work a 9 to 5, or like me, an agency job. I've never had a 9 to 5, but I've had, you know, I've done longer hours than even a 9 to 5, which is typically 8 hours. Sorry, my dog is distracting me. He keeps opening the door. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, and I would really say like I'm mostly an entrepreneur. Like I would say I work for myself more than I do an income, whether it's side hustles, whether it's, you know, it's the graft, it's like selling my old belongings on Vinted, online, selling food. You know, I've tried to go into the massage industry before, but we're not gonna get too much into that because, you know. But anyways, you know, my next thing that I'm really love is, well, I did say the food and the cooking, but I just wanted to like elaborate more on that. Actually, do I need to? Because I'm just thinking, I'm just like all over the place because there's so much I want to talk about. So I'm gonna just keep it shorter and concise. So I already told you who I am. I feel like as the channel goes along, you get to know me a lot better anyways. And then obviously my biggest interest is travel, food. My next one I would say is kind of makeup. Like as you can see, I've been a makeup girly for years, but I've really started honing in. If you can hear my dog crying, like please don't mind. I'm really starting to hone in on my makeup skills, you know, the UK black girl makeup, you know, the bright under eyes and like the big lashes. I feel like my eyebrows look like really big today. I don't really know why. Could be the angle. But yeah, makeup. Oops, I've tilted it a bit. Makeup. Hair is not my forte, hence why I've got this hair turban on, because I could just not get my lace to look correct. I kind of hate wearing wigs. Like, I feel like there's this thing in the black community where like black women only feel desirable when they're wearing like straight hair and stuff, and like, oh, you can only really make money if you've got straight hair and a wig. You can only like, you know, be seen as like pretty if you've got straight wig and hair. Like, I love me my braids, you know, I love me my natural hair as well, but let's face it, I want to be able to get up, beat my face and walk out the door. When I have braids, I can just wake up and, you know, do what I gotta do and go. But when it comes to wigs, you know, you gotta lay it, you gotta glue it, and it's just not my forte. Like, hair really isn't my forte. I digress. I go on a tangent, but see, like, I'm even itching it. Like, it's just itchy. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just not really the one. Hold on. Like, I'm gonna do my arm back. I just had to deal with my stupid dog. Like, I had to send him away. So I'm like, feel like I'm addicted to pairing my hair. My goals and aspirations for this channel is, and when I really sat down and was like, why don't I want to even really be a content creator, there's a few reasons that make sense. I would say, unfortunately, like when I was 14, I didn't even know the monetary aspect of it. I didn't even know people were getting paid loads to do YouTube. I just thought, oh, it's really cool to like have subscribers and have people comment and have that community. And honestly, deep down, I feel like that's the reason why I want YouTube more than I even want like the monetary game. I feel like that just became a byproduct of living in this capitalist society hellhole. So you know, I grew up with like a really volatile childhood, I'll say that. Like, you know, I had a lot of stuff, you know, that was traumatic. You know, I went through childhood and just like more so secondary school, I would say, feeling unloved, unheard, invisible, you know, unseen, you know, anxious. I started developing anxiety when I was like 16, 17. I was just like scared, like I was fearful. I was under a lot of academic pressure as well. I felt like the only way that I could prove myself and be seen as worthy and like a winner is if I got good grades. So I put my all into studying, but that just led to extreme burnout. By the time I was in sixth form, I couldn't go on with how I was going on anymore. I was starting to feel like extremely suicidal. That's when the pandemic hit the world as well, and the government, I feel like I had my spiritual awakening during that time when I was 18 as well, because a lot of things just weren't adding up. That's when Boris was in power, and like a lot of stuff was not adding up. And the way that they was messing us around with like our exams and A-levels, I just knew that the government just does not care about us, bro. Like the people in power do not care about us, bro. So I feel like I want a community. You know, I've always felt kind of ostracized. You know, even now in my early 20s, I can confidently say like I feel like I don't have friends. And when I say that, obviously like I've got cousins I love, I know I can speak to and meet, you know, and you know, I've got people I obviously speak to online and that will swipe up to my stories and stuff. But that's different from someone really like, you know, really seeing you and having that sort of intimacy. You know, I feel like even with my immediate family, and it all kind of goes back to African culture, it's really sad, but even with my siblings, like it really hurts me. Like I'm even getting a lump in my throat just talking about it. You don't really grow up really feeling like close. I know a lot of African people can maybe relate to this. I mean, it's either or, it's not everyone. I mean, I know Africans, their siblings are like this, whereas me and more of my like, you know, my past friends, I should say, like, or acquaintances even, I knew that it was similar, like brothers that not really that close, sisters that don't really get along, and I just felt really like, you know, just like I don't really have like my person, you know. So it's been lonely. So I feel like I'm reaching out online because I feel like the internet is limitless. I feel like the internet is abundant. The internet is the place you can go to find people that relate to you. And I think that's what first started my social media addiction. Like when I was first on Instagram, like 2016, I used to post so much to the point my peers would block me because I'd be tagging them in memes and they'd be like so annoyed that it just got too much, they'd have to block me. And it's because I was like, wow, like even though I might not have friends here, I can make friends in America, I can make friends in Poland, I can make friends in Switzerland and Australia. Like what I gotta do is search the right hashtags and like I'm gonna find people to follow me, people that are nice to me, people that like me, you know? So I find that's what I want. I want a community of people who relate to me, people that are like-minded, people that are genuine, people that are authentic, people that are spontaneous, funny, don't take life too seriously, people that kind of just have a similar mindset to me, people that love traveling, foodies. I really just want to be able to have that community, and I just love having fun. I love adventures, I love trying new things. So I would love a community of basically like-minded souls who really see into me and be like, wow, her story resonates and I really want to follow along on her journey, and to eventually just meet with new people and have amazing opportunities, brand deals, PR boxes. I mean, the idea of having free stuff sent to you, who wouldn't want that? But obviously only few can actually succeed in creating content, and we've all got to start somewhere. For me, it's in my mom's living room. Like I said, I've been putting this off for like, you know, closer to 10 years than anything, because I would say I was like 14 when I had a desire, but it was always something. Oh, I'm gonna finish my GCSEs and then I'm gonna start. Oh, A-levels is too hard. I'm gonna finish my A-levels and then I'm gonna start. Then, oh, I'm having a lot of trouble at home. I need to move out ASAP and then I'm gonna start. Oh, living in this shared accommodation with like these crazy people is literally depressing me and I can't do anything. I still feel like I feel trapped. I don't have freedom. I don't know. There was times I didn't think I was gonna make it through certain things. Like, oh my gosh, the story times I have for y'all is gonna be unreal, because I don't know, it's really weird. I stress about my future, but on the other hand, I feel like I know I'm gonna make it at the same time. Hugo, if that's you, if I come over there, it's not gonna be good for you. But at the same time, I feel like I have to be successful, because I feel like only when I get to like a certain point is when I'm going to be able to say, oh, but guys, don't just see my success. There was a point that I was living like this. There was a time I was sleeping on the floor. There's been nights I've slept at the airport. There's, you know, just like, you know, real crazy stuff. And yeah, and then aside from all of that, building a community, I want to obviously get paid because I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of working or feeling like the only way I can live is working for someone else, building their dreams. Like, hell no. It really saddens me that obviously coming from an African background, especially like Gambian and not Nigerian, I feel like Nigerians are either or. I feel like a lot of Nigerians that come to the UK come and already have like a middle class life, or their parents work towards that. But you know, with Gambians, I've not really seen a lot of Gambians that, you know, have success. Some do, some work really hard to get there. But you know, with my family dynamic, I just, you know, I've never really felt like I've had it. Like I remember being in school and seeing like, you know, kids with like new trainers every week, and I literally had like the same shoes, dog. Like I had like a pair of Air Force. Once I got that pair of Air Force, I rinsed them. That's all I wore every single day, every single day. And I think at one point I had like 2 or 3, and they're like different colors, but the sort of colors you can't even wear every day. So every day it would be like black Air Force, white Air Force, or just some like dead shoes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like dead shoes. And you know, anyways, I digress. But it would be really nice to get paid from doing content. So I really hope I don't burn myself out, because I'm just trying to do everything. I'm trying to run in-person businesses with skills that I have, such as being a private chef and a caterer. I love traveling, so obviously I'm trying to become a digital nomad. The purpose of doing this content is to sort of have a long-term investment, so that over the years I can build up a following. Maybe one video, I mean, it only takes one video to blow up. One day the algorithm just might do you nice and you can just blow up, get 100k, and that's you sorted. That's how I see it anyways, and that goes for every single social media platform. It takes one video to blow up, get 100k followers, keep them engaged, keep posting, and then you're situated, right, for the rest of your life, if you know how to invest and you know how to build a personal brand. And because I want to become a digital nomad, yeah, I feel like I'm repeating myself. So YouTube and long form content will be like a long-term investment. And I got my CELTA certification, which is teaching English as a foreign language. So I can choose to private tutor and teach English online. So that can just help me with becoming a digital nomad, because I cannot stand this country. I cannot stand the cold in the UK. I can't stand the cold. I can't stand the weather. I feel like I'm not loved here. I'm not appreciated here. You need to go where you're appreciated. You need to go where you're loved. And for me, it's not here. Not by friends. I barely have any family here, apart from my immediate family. And then even then, it's just like, you know. So there's that. And also, I had an idea. I don't know how profitable it would be, to be honest, especially with the fierce competition of travel agents, and also the fact that people just tend to plan their own holidays. But I feel like there'd be a niche of people who can't be asked, who want to travel, want to go abroad, but just can't be asked to do their own research, that would want a holiday planner and consultancy. And like I said, when it comes to traveling, I love that whole aspect of it. So I was thinking of setting up like a business, an agency, a consultancy, where I do these things for people. I find them the hotels, so based on whether they want to be a budget traveler, luxury traveler, mid-range, I would sort that for them and basically get paid a commission for doing that, or like a flat fee. What else is like an online model? And I think that's pretty much it. Teaching English, content, I do and the travel consultancy as like the online business. If I can do anything else online, copywriting. I would love to do digital marketing. I feel like when it comes to my own personal brand, like when it comes to Penny's Pantry, when it comes to my personal social media and, you know, the content that I'm trying to build, I feel like I find it hard to put time and faith into myself because of the long, like delayed gratification that it takes. But I feel like I definitely have the skills to do social media marketing. So I want to set up a business surrounding that where I help other businesses attract followers and convert those followers into buyers, because that's a really popular thing now. Social media management, there's everything to do with social media trends. I always know what's trending. I always know the latest meme that's coming. I know when there's something that's about to go viral as well. I've always accurately predicted, like when I've seen a meme and it's like very early on and I'm like, oh, that's gonna go viral. Like, you see all the chill guy meme, you see how it was such a big thing and now it's like died down, and like there's like a new meme like every month there's like a new meme, or at least 2 new memes. I can find a way for businesses and corporations to incorporate that into getting, you know, very Gen Z marketing tactics. I know I have the capacity to do that. I'm copywriting as well. I am so good at writer. I'm a writer. Like, I love personal journaling. Like, you know, I could do blogs. I could write content for people, captions, website. So copywriting is also a skill that I'd like to hone in on because it could bring me income, which will allow me to become a digital nomad. I'm also thinking of starting a polyglot one-woman agency, because everyone always says pick one thing, pick one niche and go for it. I don't want to do that. I don't think I have the mental capacity to do that, because in my head, right, I could be a doctor, I could be a lawyer, I could be a content creator, I could be a YouTuber, I could be a chef, I could be a makeup artist. Like, does anyone else feel like that? Some people are like, oh, I'm not good at anything, I can't pick something. I struggle to pick one thing to do, so I want to do it all out. Will I burn myself out? Probably. Will I wear myself down to the bone? Most likely. But do I feel like if I don't explore all my avenues, it's gonna feel like wasted? Yeah, and I feel like I can't live with that, in that discomfort of thinking like I'm not reaching my full potential. So I want to try everything and fail everything. I feel like I could be a personal trainer also, like, and these are things people say to me. They're like, oh, you're so good, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, girl, don't give me any more ideas, because I'm already struggling to pick a niche, you know. Oh, okay, that was a Vinted notification. Because I am going to America on the 26th, I'm trying to sell as much of my stuff as possible, just for like extra money. I've actually been doing quite well on Vinted. Like, I've definitely made over 100, obviously over a span of time. And like with Vinted, you never make a profit off of Vinted. When you sell your older items, you don't make a profit, but you make more money than as opposed to just storing them or giving them away for charity. So a win's a win. Hugo, stop it. Come in then. Get in. Get in. Oh, sorry, y'all. That's my dog just being a nuisance. So what was I saying? Starting to get a headache now. But yeah. So yeah. That, I've lost my train of thought now. That dog is so annoying sometimes. Like, I know it's just out of love, like he loves me, but like, damn dude, like, and I'm really just more annoyed at myself if anything, because I was living by myself for like 6-7 months or whatever, 8 months. I should have really started my channel then. I would have been free of distraction, but no, again it was, oh, I'll start it when this, I'll start it when that. Like, you know, I don't want to film in my house because, you know, I don't want people recognizing the inside of it, which is like really like weird. But I just used to pick the most stuff. But I would say the biggest reason why I didn't start it whilst I was living alone was because whilst I was living alone, I was using that opportunity to hustle. I was using that opportunity to work. So because I was working so much to afford the cost of living alone with bills, with rent, you know, again, I was spending so much time. I didn't have the disposable income to feel like I could invest in myself, and I was always feeling like burnt out and tired and just like, or like suffering with like loneliness, or on the flip side, like because I'm feeling these negative feelings, wanting to go out with friends to compensate, like to make myself feel better about, you know, working so hard. And I use but then again, it was not that bad, because actually I did use living alone as an opportunity to cook a lot. So I guess that was when I was building up Penny's Pantry more so, to be honest, giving food then. So yeah, I guess it wasn't a waste. Oh, I just had a shudder, sorry. But I wish I'd really started it then, because anyway, but yeah. So that is the bulk. I feel like this video is long enough. Transaction suspended. Oh yeah, I sent someone the wrong item on Vinted, so the seller has to sort it out on their end and cancel the order and get their refund. And I've already sent them the correct item anyway, so no biggie. I just basically sent them an extra item, which I'm really annoyed about, because that item would have sold so well, because it was such a cute item. It got so many favorites, and if she sent it, so I really hope she sends it back. I have a feeling she will, but if she doesn't, at the end of the day, it's like £3. I know, but in this cost of living, everything matters. So in the next video, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I really do feel like this video will get like 0 views, but I trust that if I keep at it, if I just keep being consistent, if I keep upping the production value of my videos, that, you know, one day I'll get the right audience. I just have to keep at it, have to just keep trying, have a little bit of faith and pray and just go for it. But I just felt like I'd rather post while it's still not good, while it's still like, you know, filming on the front facing camera of my iPhone with like the deadest background, you know, not feeling 100% confident in myself. But I'd rather post and get it out there than keep delaying it, because otherwise I'll keep delaying it until I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start YouTube when I have a professional camera and a set and an editor, and I can do this and I can edit and I can do this and that, because that will get me more viewers. Like, no, like the real ones is gonna watch, the real ones is gonna stay. So if you have watched and if you have made it to the end, thank you so much, and I love you. Make sure, this sounds really cringe, like oh, another thing that stopped me from making content for so long is climbing cringe mountain. And I don't know if it's the thought, I just cringe myself out. Like I'm cringing myself, but then I'm just thinking like, there'll come a day my peers find me online, and it's like, oh, like, especially I really struggle with cringe mountain as well. When I post a video on any other of my businesses or personal brands, and like it gets like 10 views and like 1 like or 2 likes, and those likes are people that I went to school with, I just like always feel so cringe. I just want to melt. But cringe mountain is cringe until it's successful. Once you start getting paid for it, cringe mountain no longer exists. When you start making 10k months from brand deals and getting sponsorships, then it's no longer cringe. But for now, it's like hella cringe, and like I acknowledge that. If you cringe like me, then I'm sorry, you know. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will try and post, I'm gonna try and do a long form content video. I think every day is ambitious, but because I'm treating this like a personal journal, I almost feel like I need to start being consistent with this. Like, yeah. I also hate how dry my hands are right now. Let me go put cream on. But yeah, bye.